Fortunately, they're slow.
Yeah, until I
they're
fucking
quite
stamp on it.
slow.
Yeah, keep
Next round.
going in combat rounds because I'm gonna keep.
How long do they
throwing.
free for, by the way? 1 round? Or
It's up to you. I at this point
Yeah,
I'd
I'd say
have
that.
just trying to leave the combat area, but
All right. The villain's the first. He was the second. Posing dramatically approved. They try to slither fast. They don't slither fast. Can they?
Oh, I'm stomping on one. Little fuckers. 4.
No good.
are you really beat up still, Kinley?
Just
Eh,
punch.
about halfway.
Okay.
Ooh, crit on martial arts.
Probably gonna die. Let's see.
If I credit martial arts, that's a bump too.
Double.
That's double.
Okay. Ooh, 9.
That one's dead. There's one left. Probably the last one, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one with
He
4
was the
points, I think,
first.
already.
Oh, I
Murdering
posed
someone.
dramatically. I posed dramatically with the healing rainbow in my hand.
Okay, draw a card. Murdering someone in the dark. Yeah.
Excellent. It is nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
Um.
For my dreamlands only.
There you go. Last one's dead.
Yep. Good.
And I take
Draw
a card.
I do a +10 on my throw magic.
You murdered the babies in cold blood.
7 back for Kinley.
I
7
deserve
heal.
it.
Uh.
Oh shit, Soul Survivor.
No worries. I had shit. Kinley, you healed 7 more points if you needed it.
Yes, I do.
Do you need more?
Yep.
I continue just throwing it at him after combat's done. Mildred, are you wounded?
I don't think I'm wounded, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't manage to grab onto her.
Kinley, 3. Are you still wounded?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
That's me done.
Right. They're all dead. Who was holding the compass? The key?
Kinley, as far as I know.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Mildred,
Kinley,
get
you
rid
have
of
a
your
demon
card.
box in your hand.
Ah, demon! I threw out one of them.
I tried to catch
Damn
it.
Yeah, catch roll.
Okay. No.
It falls.
I tried to catch it.
Oh, give me a catch roll.
Don't forget to get rid of your cards there, Yana.
Catching. Catch.
You can do it.
It's under combat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's natural weapons, I believe.
Failed.
Yeah, it just kind of bounces on the floor.
We continue running around going, no.
Kind of falls under one of the seats.
Oh,
Eventually, I'm assuming one of you will pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're doing useful shit. So I got stick in one hand, medallion.
Yeah, the arrow is pointing at the orange black box.
Yeah.
So I go over to it. Are you ready?
Yes. Let's do it.
I put it in and run away.
Right, you lift up the box, slot the thing in, it clicks into place, and as you run away, are you running out of the plane or are you staying in the plane?
I'll run out of the plane, see what happens.
All right. Are the two of you staying in or running out?
I'm staying in the plane.
I'm also staying.
Right.
The plane
as the thing clicks into place, the lights on the plane suddenly come on, and you see all of the seats and the walls and the floor and everything slowly begin to kind of fix itself. Like it starts
the dragon's regenerating. Kill it.
Starts to repair. After maybe about 5 minutes,
Take cover.
The plane is kind of back to normal.
Oh.
So which one
is this good or bad?
You hear him yelling at outside the plane.
Which
Something
one
like,
can fly a plane?
Wait, is this a conveyance then? I come back in. That explained the seats.
as you look around, the mannequins that were in the plane have all turned into normal people now.
Oh shit.
And they're all like buckled in. You hear over the intercom, "This is your captain speaking. We will be departing soon. If you would all please take your seats, and we will be leaving aboard the Belafonte."
I think
I begin tugging on one of the seats. It's stuck.
Yo, demons!
I get on no plane.
Stewardess walks up to you, limps and says, "Sir, if you would just take a seat."
I'm trying, but it's bolted down or something.
just
"Sir, if you would,
Oh, I sit? Oh, okay. I sit down.
please
I
buckle up
collect
as
my
well.
stick.
Thank you." She walks off. And
Stewardess! Whiskey.
yeah,
oh alcohol.
certainly,
That sounds lovely to me.
right away, sir. Yeah, she kind of goes into the back, brings out a tray of a glass of whiskey, hands one to you, hands one to Mildred, hands one to Lumpy.
Yay.
Anything else, sir?
More whiskey.
Let's do the camera shot where all three of our glasses are clinking together for the final scene. Right?
She looks at you confused and brings back the whole bottle.
Yeah.
And an alcohol bottle as well.
We drink and drink and drink and drink and drink.
And then
Drink.
The drinky and drinky show.
Mate, it's
oh, close. Right. The plane starts to hover, not go forward. It just goes up.
Oh,
And
it's
as
like
it
a
goes-
flying carpet. You guys didn't tell me that.
I didn't know.
And it begins to fly away from the island. And as it does so, yes,
I wonder if we should use this for shadow walk or just let the plane wherever they want us.
Wow.
well, I need to get close to the ground to do that. So it's not gonna work. You look
God,
out the
otherwise all
windows.
these people would die.
You look out the windows, and all the stars, the island, the moon, slowly fades away to blackness. And a moment later, you all awake. And let me hold on. Switch it back to the other
Told you we were teleporting, I say.
page one sec. You find yourselves in some kind of long tube with kind of water in it. Reveal. You
I'm
find
swimming.
that.
Demons.
Oh yeah, there's demons everywhere. I mean, everywhere. There's a demon on your face, which is helping you breathe right now. And as the water slowly drains out of the tank, the mask removes itself from your face, automatically allowing you to breathe on your own. The tank opens, a bit more water drains out because not all of it managed to escape, and you see a display next to each of you. Well, you're all in the same room, so there's a display up ahead. You're in some kind of lab or medical room, you're not 100% sure. You see a hologram image of that thing, and a blinking red light saying, medical room, and it's kind of flashing on a specific place on that hologram. Make of that what you will. And as you kind of regain your senses, a flying robot drone approaches you.
I hate this place so much.
It looks like that.
Very colorful, I say.
So are we free now or what?
You hear, let me just find it one sec. You hear the drone say, "Congratulations. 5 years have been taken off your sentence.
Good that
Please return to cell block A for your debrief."
I like that.
And the robot drone begins to slowly hover out of the room, kind of trying to lead you back, if you want to follow it before. You're not wearing your jumpsuits anymore. The tattoos on your arms are gone. They're not there anymore. And as the drone is flying away, if anyone would like to give me a security system roll.
Why, yes, I know how all this shit works. I guess it's back to the old cell block for me.
I have no idea.
Yeah, let's see, you're aware that there's an absolutely metric ton of security. Cameras, microphones, defense turrets that will shoot you if you so much as look the wrong way. And whatever's controlling all of this, they've either got a lot of people or a very powerful intellectual creature controlling all of this.
It's fine. I figure we're doing fade out now because we've got
Yeah.
a time. So I just smile at the camera and go,
And as you kind of walk out, you notice in the other rooms the same people that were on the island coming out of the tubes
I flipped them
as
off.
well. And we fade to black.
I knew that they weren't going to be eaten.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, especially those guys in the hut.
I need
But don't worry, we get the opportunity to abuse them in prison.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So, skill ups and we got the title
Card
already.
play.
Yeah, I don't have any cards. Yana shouldn't have any cards. You're the only one with cards. Do you have anything worth keeping, or should we just do our end of mission refill?
No, because I've got both a dissemination and a replenish.
Ooh. Well, if you want to disseminate the replenish to me, then you could take a full refill.
Yep.
And I'll hold on to that.
Right, I'm going to leave the dissemination top. I don't know why, but it's the only decent one.
Sure.
And take 4 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Right, nothing bad. Move +5, natural weapon, victory. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Right,
nice.
I've got nothing but a victory, but I got a victory. So, do you want to play the?
Well, toss out the rest of your stuff, and then
Yeah.
I'll leave the replenish on top, just in case we get really lucky. Ready? Here goes.
Yep.
Oops. Here goes. Replenish.
Everyone draw up.
I got a red.
Hey, bollocks.
Yeah. Discard and refill, which works. I didn't have it. It's just made discard and refill.
I have a victory.
Excellent.
And
See what I got another red. It's a good red though. If there's 3 or more players, everybody draws a card. So everybody gets an air card.
I am playing Virtuoso.
I have Clogging
What?
Greed.
Excellent. I'm playing outdoors person on. I don't have any of that shit. After all that, I will take the survival thing.
Good idea.
So, okay.
So we've got our end of
2
mission
victories.
still?
What?
No, hold on. Who's got victory?
I got nothing useful.
Oh, you got victory. Well, we still do have it in the mission. We haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah,
So
you're right.
It's up to you guys if you want to take the risk. I'm happy
Sure.
to take the risk.
We
Yeah.
have
Happy to
5
take
right
the risk.
now, so up to you.
Yep.
Oh,
Let's do it.
we're risk takers. I'll draw
Yeah.
4.
I'm a risk taker. Right. I'll take 3.
I got nothing. Nothing worth mentioning.
Cash in.
Good foundation.
Let's talk. Oh, no, I got nothing.
Victory and plugging great players.
All right. So 2
Alright.
victories.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I got
Also,
nothing.
everyone can roll a D8 sand
Ooh.
game.
Yeah.
It would have been
Hooray.
more, but
We didn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
weren't-
kind of
What?
yeah.
Playing so bad. Fucking
1,
amount of
2,
ones I've
3,
rolled today is
4,
ridiculous.
5.
You're gonna reroll if you want.
No, I don't really need it. I'm only down 4 or 5 sand. It's silly to waste a pause.
Let's see.
Yes.
Since Matt has a super powerful character, Yana, you get a supporter reroll on any one roll that you're wanting to do. I just play it on whatever you need. Because Matt's okay. I'm not worried about his ass.
I'll use one of my pods on them. No. Fucking hell. That wasn't really worth it. Oh well. Right, so I've got 6. Adventure. 4, 3, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's see. Okay, real quick. Freddie, do you want feedback or no feedback?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Let's see. Matt, what feedback do you have for Freddie on the adventure?
I thought it was a really interesting adventure. Really liked some of the quirkiness of it. I think there were a couple of times when we were rolling skills and, like, even though we didn't get them, you still kind of gave us information. So I know it's hard sometimes because it's like if that information's vital, it's got to obviously come out. But
I'll give you a little, not all of it.
Yeah. But I think in those kind of regards, you did a good job.
Yana?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was good. Especially for like not GMing that often, like here.
First time.
Yeah, this is his first
Yeah,
time.
first time.
Ever GMing?
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's I think that's really good. Yeah. Agree with Matt what he said about the information sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just something that will come with like a bit of time, basically.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what. It was good. The ending was a little prolonged, I felt.
Yeah, we kind of ran a bit over time. Yeah.
That's all right, though.
Yeah.
For me, I would recommend stat the creatures lower. If we didn't have Kinley with us, it would have been total party wipe.
Or we would do it differently, or try to figure out something smart.
Right. But I never ever stat like monsters for specific players because often I reroll stuff. So
I mean, also like the things at the end, it's like even with toughened skin, it was like Jesus, if 2 or 3 of those get onto you, you're fucked.
I mean, you decided to Conan it, so.
Yeah. True. Well, here's a question: what was the smart way to deal with them? Just like leave them alone, avoid them, or?
Just smoke them out.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to actually make a fire with.
You have a survivalist.
We have what?
Against survivalist.
We didn't. That's
no, there is a fire.
Survival rules.
There's a fire down the beach.
Yeah, but
it's not all. it's also not necessarily the case of like, you know, like you shouldn't drop from creatures like that. I'm just saying, like, I think D4, if you've got something that's automatically doing damage to you every round and there's multiple ones,
I mean, it's
that's
only if they
it's
actually hit you, but yeah, it was a
it's
little
just a
bit
lot.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just again about the whole stassing thing. It's just it comes with time.
I
But,
mean,
you know.
I would have expected you to just kite them.
No,
'cause
I
they're
didn't
slow.
expect. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I liked how slow they were at the beginning because yes, we totally could have guided them, but it wasn't just those little creatures. I mean, the whole way through and stuff. I agree that there's smart ways to do it, like climbing on the outside glass and stuff. But like for the little creatures and stuff, probably would have gone with something like 30% to hit. And then if you failed your either con, drug tolerance, whatever, then maybe inject in there D3 points, or I like the stun actually. Stun's better, but I probably like the more rolls you can get rid of, the better, because you don't want just a roll fest. Like if he's making one roll per
that was
round or something.
It was crazy. I mean, that last part of that fight, all I was doing was changing my hit points and rolling con.
Yeah.
You know, so I just gave up on trying to actually do anything myself.
Yeah. So but yeah, with a lot of the stuff, just less rolls, more description is usually good. But the biggest thing, which was only a problem for a little bit, is keep the party together. Like
that was a few times.
I mean, just correct it with narration and shit.
I mean, put my hand up there. I could have easily just said, "Go to bed, wait till you guys wake up, and then we could have done that together." Yeah. So but it's not always in the GM's power to keep the party together if they choose to split up. But
well, no, I would just said, okay, you know, I wouldn't have even given you the choice. I'd been like, you get together, you spend your time getting a good, secure location. They get some sleep. Everybody's rested in the morning, and now you can all go solve this neat thing together or whatever.
Yeah.
I would probably also prep just a little less and give more of an opportunity for fuckery, because like just torturing the other inmates and shit like that. That was the cool part, and you know, I like that you had the pictures and stuff. I really liked at the beginning where it was like the two guys and the girl or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, and I was like, oh, because Yana and I are both dicks, and so we're going to be totally bad to these guys. And I would one possible way to go with that is you could have almost made it into one of those not a sitcom, like the tense things where they're like, we've got to stick with you, we've got to get together, and they're following us around, and we're like, where are we going to lose sanity for just murdering them, you know, and all that? Because then that right there, you would have had something that was a very non-standard thing. It's like, oh, we really want to just murder. Maybe there's a way we could sacrifice them to the monsters by, like, you know, just, you know, all that. Because then Yana and I would have like moral choices and just fail this shit out, because neither of our characters are like really moral. But you know, stuff like that would be kind of cool. That would have. I would have been shocked if you'd gone that route, where it's like. Everybody, because like the prison thing, I get that, you know, rich white guys like to have, you know, poor prisoners fight for their freedom.
Fight.
If like some of the prisoners didn't know that, or were confused by, you know, the immersion thing and all that, and we're thinking, oh God, we're horrible at fighting, I don't know why we're here and stuff, or you know, maybe people aren't even in the jumpsuits. They got like the Ark game look where everybody's like wearing leaves and shit. And they're like, you've got to help us. We're like, just fuck off. And, you know, people are like coming to us with their problems and shit. That would have given a very different feel. And I think that would have been more of a story game, which I can't pull off, but you were starting to. Yeah. And so I would recommend at some point try to work a little bit more of that in and see how you like it and get the feel for it, just as a note, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
That would have been fucking cool. What do you got, Yana?
No, just I agree with what you said, because like this story was like as very similar to like Hunger Games or like things like
I
that.
mean, that was the inspiration for it, so
Yeah. Obviously, and I always like when there is like a little different spin on things, like something that's like little off or different or weird.
Yeah.
That would be even more fun.
My unarmed just went up.
Oh,
Hell.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
what
tried
were
to
your
not.
notes, Freddie, for the game? What do you think?
Oh, well, oddly enough, speaking of notes, I found
Mhm.
myself very rarely referencing them.
Hmm.
I kind of knew what was there already. I didn't really need to spend time going, oh, so this is what I wrote. Let me read exactly what I wrote. I just kind of knew generally what was there, and I went with it.
That's good
So
prepping.
Yeah, that's good
I
prepping there.
I figured I would have been reading more than I did. The other thing is, holy shit, the GM talks a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
if you give the PC something to talk about, then like 'cause if there was actual, oh thank God I failed that. If there was something that we needed to discuss and shit like that, then we would be talking more.
yeah.
But nothing was really like, oh Jesus, I just don't know how this works and all that.
Yeah, there wasn't that much mystery. It was mostly go here, do this,
Mm-hmm.
go there, do that.
Yeah. Well, even still, I like the 3. For some reason, 3s always fucking are better. But yeah, I'm not sure how to do it and have it within the time, because that's the time is a bitch. And if you can get it all packed in a little bit tighter and
And
stuff,
oddly enough, I did have one more area prepped just in case.
right? Oh yeah.
So I just skipped one area. So
Yeah. One of the things is called like modular design or something, where like that one area, if it's a generic enough area, you could drop it into a different mod so you didn't waste your time on it.
mhm.
You know, stuff like that. So yeah. But no, I thought it was a very, very good first game,
Yeah.
because as you've gotten to see, this is a lot different than the D&D thing. I mean, there was a lot of D&D stuff in it with like combat and shit like that, but
Yeah.
it's eventually like you could try your next game if you wanted to do something else, like just concentrate on figuring out, for example, I'm not saying you need to do this, but as an example, if you just have like the motivations of the NPCs, and the PCs need to figure out how to work with them or something like that, and there's no combat in the game, that no mandatory combat to get through anything or whatever, that would be fucking something different there.
Yeah, oddly enough, I did plan for a way to avoid all of the combat. If you guys thought of it, which is obviously not always going to happen.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the demon thing, I planned if you talked to it and just said, I will tell you a story if you give me that key.
Yeah, I thought about like that. Probably you have that.
Yeah.
That there was some, because the demon wanted a story, so there was something that he wanted.
Yeah.
But at that point, like, and also because Mildred doesn't really care about like
Yeah.
that, it was more like, let's just kill it.
I know, I did try to like not tunnel you into combat, but that's just where it went, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, with all 3 of our characters, because I was essentially playing Loomsy a little bit like the Loomsy in the Nero. so that means that all three of our characters have very established personalities. And so you already had a really good idea of how those two would react. And Bloomsy is pretty much like a more insane version of Logan. I think Matt can attest to that. Yeah? Would you agree?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So let's see. I will let you clean up the stuff. Does anybody have anything to say to the studio audience?
No, thanks for listening.
We went through 176 cards.
That's actually pretty good. 50 per player is a good number. If you're above that, then that's something else you did really well, actually. You remember to keep handing out cards for shit. This is the hardest thing for fucking new GMs and shit to remember. Handing out lots of cards.
Yeah. And I got lots of skill checks, so we used a lot.
Yeah, we did lose it. That's another good point I was going to say.
Yes. I failed most of mine to actually go up, so cool.
Of course, but
even my feel, which is 15, it's like no. I used a training time to get a check in that. I'm like, that'll go up. No.
Yeah.
I know it's like Kinley's meat helmet thing didn't go up. I was like,
No. Fucking so many just bad rolls today. Really bad rolls.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off and order some fucking food before the place is closed and shit. It's been an absolute pleasure. The cool thing is that as you GM more and more of the Anytime Anywhere, Freddie, I think Yana would agree because she's GM'd a bunch in this system back in the old days and shit. And yes, Yana, you need to sign up on the schedule now so that you can get to GM, and then you can get a advanced slot for next season. I'd recommend doing that soon. But I think Yana would agree with me that when you look back at your first session, second session, third, wherever, you're like, oh, that was rubbish. That because you're getting better is why.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you agree with that, Yana?
Yeah, but I actually liked my first session, and for me, but I GM'd before, so I have experience. It's I always GM'd more story-based games, so it was easier to GM this at the beginning. And for me, it was more that my games, because some went good and some were weird and some were bad. So it was
I mean,
but when I look at my first GMing, first outside of this, but then I see, oh, this was really shitty. This isn't even GMing. Just trying to throw something at people.
Yeah. Well, I come from a. Oh yeah.
I was, however, did really enjoy that. So.
Well, I'm glad you made it. It made things a lot more interesting. I'm not sure what we would have done without you. I may have had to tweak things on the fly a little bit.
Tweaking on the fly is something that sometimes needs to be done and shit.
Yeah. I was a bit worried when I was like, Chris isn't coming. Well,
y'all are fucking dead,
yeah. I look forward to your GMing next week, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, surprisingly enough, mine's probably going to be very little on the combat, but hard in other places. So.
Yeah.
Remember, if you make giant undead, be sure to have the doorways big enough.
Okay.
Giving him shit about something he GM'd once. He absolutely hated that session that he ran. So,
you're getting me confused.
Didn't you have giant undead and they couldn't get out through the doors? Was that somebody else?
Someone else, mate. You're getting me confused.
Shit. Well,
I
with my
the
mind,
Kentucky Fried Rare Chicken.
I remember that.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast and sign off, and I'll
Yeah.
talk to you guys a little later.
All right, guys.
See you
See you in a
guys.
week. See you next
Yeah.
week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Sign up
Bye.
for GMing, Yana. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.